Good morning YouTube and good morning our friends. Welcome back to our channel Footloose Globetrotters. Here we are with another vlog. Today we are going to a small town called Fredericksburg. As the name suggests, it is having some roots to Germany. That's why it's named Fredericksburg. And this town was founded in 1846 by the German settlers into the US. Okay, and for about 100 years they were living the life of how they would live in Germany itself. It took them 100 years for them to even consider English as one of their languages. Okay, so it has that level of history. The town in itself is very small, so it's about 11 or 12 square miles, and it also has about 11 or 12,000 people living there. So it's a very small town. Even if you walk on the streets of Fredericksburg right now, it would remind you of how Germany used to look like 200 years ago. So we are excited to see the German architecture, the way Germans used to live in Fredericksburg. So join us on this journey.
As we drove into Fredericksburg, the architecture immediately stood out. So unique and full of character. And once we hit Main Street, it was alive with people. Clearly, everyone had the same idea as us, making the most of this beautiful weather. Perfect day to explore.
Alright guys, today is one of the busiest days in the whole year, I guess. So the whole of Texas has come to Fredericksburg. We took a long time to find a parking, which is like far away from the mainland. So we are just walking towards the nearest museum. Once we reach the museum, we'll show you what it is. Okay? Immigrant Gerald Rorich, he built this home as his first house in the winter of Fredericksburg's existence, 1846. Wow. This entire town is antique. On top of it, they have an antique shop to go with it. For this trip, we really wanted to dive into Fredericksburg's history. So our first stop, Pioneer Museum. The entry fee for adults is $12 per person. And once you're in, there's a lot to explore. From different exhibits showcasing the town's past to artifacts that take you back in time. It's a great spot for history lovers. So this is that orientation center where we get the video, right?
Her city was a wilderness valley inhabited by bears, panthers, and rattlesnakes. It was a forest, thick with trees through which flowed large, full streams. No one had ever settled here. No one had ever tried to farm here.
So as you see, Fredericksburg is kind of right in the center of this whole Texas. One of the interesting spots inside the Pioneer Museum is the White Oak School. It's a preserved one-room schoolhouse that gives you a glimpse into how German settler children were educated back in the day. Stepping inside feels like traveling back in time. With wooden desks, a chalkboard, and even an old stove that keep the place warm. It's a simple yet fascinating look at early education in Fredericksburg. It's a handmade steel metal riverboat. Oh. I wonder how it was floating. Another fascinating stop is the Walton-Smith log cabin. This humble, hand-built cabin gives you a peek into how early German settlers lived.
Some of the most interesting aspects of the Walton-Smith log cabin include the 2 dining chairs with rawhide for seats. The only other known chairs similar to these are located in the Weber Sunday House here on the grounds and the Whitty Museum in San Antonio. In the corner of the cabin is a typical immigrant's trunk, which would have held most of the belongings a pioneer family would have carried on their journey to Texas in 1845 through 1846. The Walton-Smith log cabin was built in approximately 1879 by A.R. Wilburn and was originally located near the Gillespie-Llano County line. Wilburn's brother-in-law and sister, John Henry Walton and Adeline Wilburn Walton, were the original occupants of the log cabin. Following John Henry's death, his widow married John Smith, giving the log cabin its current name. Since the museum 9 carved in the original plaster. This restoration also included the adding of the lean-to or kitchen, which exhibits aspects that would have been seen in a log cabin kitchen.
Standing inside, you can really imagine the challenges of frontier life. It's a powerful reminder of the resilience of Fredericksburg's early settlers. Unlike the simple log cabins, the Faisal Roeder house shows how life improved for German settlers over time. With multiple rooms, furnished interiors, and a more refined design, it reflects the progress and stability they achieved. The kitchen, it's equipped with a traditional wood-burning stove, iron pots, and old-fashioned utensils, everything needed to prepare meals from scratch. Right next to the kitchen is the bedroom, a simple yet cozy space that shows how early settlers lived. The bed covered with handmade quilt and a few personal belongings. Next to the bedroom is the living room, and this space really shows how life became more comfortable over time. It has proper seating, making it a place for family gatherings and conversations. But what really stands out are the details: a full-size piano, a grandfather's clock, an old-fashioned phone, and even a mirror, all reflecting the era's charm. You can tell this was a space for both relaxation and entertainment, giving us a glimpse into the evolving lifestyle of Fredericksburg's early settlers. Down in the basement, there's a root cellar, one of the most essential parts of the house back in the day. This cool, dark space was used to store vegetables, dried goods, and preserved foods, keeping them fresh without refrigeration. Walking in, you can almost imagine sacks of potatoes, jars of pickles, and smoked meats stacked neatly along the walls. It's a simple but smart way to make sure you have food all year round.
The streets of Fredericksburg are a perfect blend of old world charm and modern day vibrancy. The main street is lined with cute shops, cozy cafes, and art galleries, making it a great spot to stroll, shop, and people watch. We stopped at Pasta Bella for a late lunch.
Alright, it's almost evening. The building that you see in front is called Vereinskerch. This is a replica of the original building, which was the second public building in Fredericksburg. It was built in 1896.
The lasting friendship statue in Fredericksburg is a beautiful tribute to the strong bond between the German immigrants and the local Native American tribes.
As the evening set in, you could feel the town winding down. Everything in Fredericksburg started to close up. Even the fire station was locking up as we walked past. It's like the whole town was calling it a day, and we could almost feel the peaceful vibe of the night settling in. That's it for the video today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give us a big thumbs up. And if you want to follow our journey, go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you have not done already. Until we meet next time, take care. Bye-bye. It's almost evening. Bloopers.
I know this goes nowhere.
Until we meet next time, until we meet next time, till we meet next, take care and bye-bye.